I guess I'll say hi.
Oh, hey everybody, you got it. Stephen, Brody, Stevens, it's Brode and Esther.
Hello.
We are back. You wanted it, you got it. All the fan letters, all the Twitter messages, all the Facebook requests. It is happening right now.
We're
Yes.
here. We're doing it.
We're two friends. We kept at it. We didn't break up.
I'm
And
sorry I kicked you.
that's all right. I'm slouching. I am slouching. I've got my fresh goatee. I got rid of my beard, but the beard will always be back.
You smell like a fresh Old Spice sort of thing going on.
I'm wearing Right Guard gel,
Okay.
the NBA edition that I get, and
What's the NBA edition?
it's got the NBA logo. You know, they're sponsored by the NBA. Like,
I love that kind of stuff. Limited edition, special edition. Is it like an all-time thing?
Is it black instead of white?
oh, because it's NBA. Oh, how dare you, Brian?
Racism alert #1.
No, when I go get deodorants at Rite Aid or Target, if it's got like I like the NBA logo.
Yeah.
So anything with like an NBA logo or a Major League Baseball logo, I will get it. I'll spend. They're usually the same price, you know. But I just like.
Yeah.
I like the NBA.
I feel you. Today I bought a package of pads made for tweens.
Pads.
Yeah, like for your when
Wee wee pads
No,
for
like-
dogs.
What's tweens?
tween is what you call like a 13-year-old. You're not quite a teenager.
Oh.
So I bought pads for tweens as a way to be like, oh, I want to be a part of the tween community. Pads are for your period.
Oh. Are they smaller?
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess it would work for you.
Yeah, I'm a smaller person. I like to pretend I'm 13 sometimes. So I also like to hope that I'll get my period. So I got those. I don't know. It just reminded me of a special edition kind of thing.
Yeah. Does the
This-
NBA sponsor them?
No, but they have color, like bright colors and flowers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's uplifting. It's a
Yes.
it's a positive color
Uh-huh.
for you.
Glitter on the box.
How often do women get or tweens get? It's once a month, right?
For me, it's like once every. It's not once a month for me.
You skip a month?
I don't skip a month, but I'm always late.
Right.
What does
Oh.
that mean when you're late?
It's like you're supposed to get your period every month on, say, like the 5th.
Uh-huh.
And I'll get mine on the 5th, and then next month I'll get mine on like the 15th.
I think most girls do that. Are you on birth control at all?
No, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, well, it's always like every month I always think I'm pregnant, and I like forget that that's how it works.
I think it's scary, but I also think it's probably better in the long run not to be on birth control.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's really bad for you, and for me, it makes me go crazy and eat a lot.
Birth control, there's negative feedback with that stuff?
Totally.
It affects your body, you break out, you gain weight, or
No,
what?
it makes your skin clear and pretty, but it makes you gain weight. Well, it makes me gain weight, but also I make myself gain weight by eating McDonald's at night.
You eat McDonald's at night?
Sometimes in my car alone.
You also
I do-
eat like more than one birth control because you think it tastes good.
How does birth control work?
How dare you? Birth control works by you take a pill
Uh-huh.
once a day at the same time every day, and then you don't get pregnant. And so, like, a guy can come inside you.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
Dad.
Is this X-rated all of a sudden?
We were talking about birth control, and then you won't get pregnant.
Who have you been hanging out with, Esther? I mean, that was pretty dirty of you to just
That's
bust out
I
a
learned
C
that
word.
when I was like 14.
Wow.
That's stuff.
See what happens, Brody, when we don't do a podcast for a while.
She's all grown up. This is not the Esther.
But I'm not on the birth control pill.
You're not.
No.
Isn't that dangerous?
Well, I'm not having sex right now. So.
How do you know? I mean, when did you see a guy? You're in a club, you do a show, and the sparks unite.
Can't get pregnant with the butt.
That's disgusting. Now you're taking it too far. That took it too far.
Are condoms safe?
You know, I say they're safe Brian's laughing so hard. Are condoms safe? Let's talk about this. Yeah, they're safe, but they're not nice.
They're
They're
not
not
designed
nice.
well. They're not designed well. You know, the worst part is when you do one of those things where you start having sex and then you're like, all right, I'm going to put the condom on now. So when I come, you know, it's going to go in the condom. But you don't know if there's like a little bit of pre-cum on your head. So then you do one of those things where you put the condom on and you put it on backwards and then you flip it over and then...
I don't know that's very complicated.
So
to
can
me.
you get a girl pregnant with pre-ejaculate?
Yeah, that's,
Pre-ejaculate?
yeah, that's how
Here's
Joe got his first baby.
Are you serious?
That's how he has a
I
whole
don't-
bit about it.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, about
I
how they're
just-
like green beret sperms on the tip of his penis, right? You know that no, I don't want to ruin his joke, but
Yeah.
I feel like if you use a condom, then you can't have a pregnancy scare. And what's the fun in that? How do you bond without a pregnancy scare? That's how I get guys to like.
have you ever had a what's that shit called where you have a baby, a miscarriage? Have you ever like not known that you're pregnant and then like one time went to the bathroom and looked into
And
the
had a
toilet
baby.
and had a baby in there?
No, I've never had that.
Never had that.
No, never. Never have I had a accidental miscarriage.
Wow, we are really going dark. We're going bloody.
Womenly.
I got to keep it positive.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't want to think about
change
that.
gears.
I mean, but in the line of this questioning, do you think about having a child one day?
No. If any of those of us that remember the episode of my life where I adopted a dog and had to send it away to my parents because I couldn't take care of it. And that was a big lesson for me that I do not want to have kids until I'm in my 40s.
So you do want to have kids?
Yes, but that's in at least 15 to 20 years,
Gotcha.
which is a long way away.
Would your parents take my dog also? I mean, do they
You
love
know,
dogs?
they know, but they'll take it and then learn to love it. That's what we can do. That I'll
Why
do
not?
it to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Why
I think Pepper would like to have a friend around.
Well, there's Duncan, the other dog.
Oh,
There's
Duncan's
already.
going to die soon, so.
Well, Pepper's sort of trying to overthrow Duncan.
How old's Duncan?
Duncan's about 5. He's not going to die soon.
Why do you say he's going to die soon?
'Cause
Oh.
he's
I thought he was
overweight.
older for something.
He's overweight.
Okay, that's what
why.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, a lot of Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it shiny. Let's keep it happy. Blue skies. Magic Johnson just bought the Dodgers. We're back with that. It's beautiful weather. We're in Pasadena. It's Stephen Brody Stevens. I'm doing my comedy. We're here with Esther. We're here with Brian Redban. Yes, it's great to be back. You know, when you haven't podcast for a while, it's a muscle. It's like comedy. You
Yes.
can't just get in here and get right into it. Did we do a lot of preparation? No. We've been talking. Esther and I, we are neighbors. I thought about moving out of the apartment complex. I've decided to stay at
Yes.
least another 6 months.
What happened?
Another
Because you were
6
so
months?
ready to get the F out of there.
You know what? I was ready to get out.
Were you mad about the floors being redone?
No, I think the floors changed my opinion of the place.
Nice.
We got hardwood floors
Oh,
put
that's
into my
cool.
hallway. So now the apartment building and they got a new intercom.
Yeah.
So the building feels like, hey, it's a little more official. And then I'm making not making.
Official.
So I have a couple more bucks. I'm not stressing out so much about money because, you know, money's a stress.
course.
And I feel like that, you know, moving's a stress also. So what is going to do? What's more, for me, Stephen Brody Stevens, what's more stressful? Staying in the apartment and gutting it out and making it better, or moving out and then dealing with some unknown variables? Yes, I'm going to go to the valley. Yes, I'd get to stay in the house where I'm staying at, but I'd have to change the bathroom. The bathroom I'd be using at this new place would be a small guest bathroom. You know, the bathroom we have at our apartment complex, I like it. It's
yeah,
nice
it's
and
really
big.
big and nice.
It's
Big
good
mirror.
lighting. Yes, you'll probably step to your place at 1 o'clock. I just read my text.
Esther, do you have a refrigerator at your place?
Yes.
Would you ever let Brody use the refrigerator?
Sure. Yeah.
No, that's another thing I need to do because for 6 months I've lived there without a refrigerator, without a television, without Wi-Fi,
I have no
without
TV.
cable.
I just got Wi-Fi.
So, how much is a Wi-Fi there? A
I
month?
got the really a fancy one for like $55.
Why so expensive?
Well, cause I actually had someone move in.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It's
You
a
had-
woman.
Oh.
No, Amy.
Amy.
My friend
Oh,
Amy
okay,
moved
gotcha.
in. After I, became a little bit scared of my life, I had to have someone move in with me.
Gotcha.
And so we decided to get a really fancy Wi-Fi.
What's fancy Wi-Fi?
I think we'll send this question over to Brian.
It's just fast,
Our tech?
meaning it's good download speeds. It's good. Are you using fiber? Like, do you have Uverse or something like that, or do you have
That is.
Verizon FiOS, or who are you using?
Oh,
right
we only had one option. It was Time Warner.
now? Oh, so she's just paying for a really expensive, shitty broadband.
I mean, can I get?
Thank
can I-
you.
Is there
Thank
such
you.
thing as cheap Wi-Fi that I can get?
Yeah,
You
you
could
can
get
get
it for
DSL is the
30.
best way to go if you don't really care. If you're just doing tweets and shit like that, YouTube. I think you can get like 3 megabyte download for like $20 a month or something like that.
DSL Extreme.
DSL Extreme. I mean, it's like the best thing
I
is
think
to,
I have 15 megabytes.
if you have Time Warner and
That's all we're allowed to get in our building.
then you could also probably get DSL, but it's not that fast anymore. But no, I mean, yeah, Time Warner's fine. You know, if you're just getting internet, that seems a little expensive just for internet, though. Even for me, that's like how much I'm spending a month for the fastest internet made in Los Angeles. So
I don't know. I don't.
So you're saying at our apartment we could only get Time Warner internet?
I think so. That's what I discovered when I
Oh.
looked into it. I had my dad help me out, and that's all we could find.
How did your dad help you out?
I just had him. I think I just sent him an email. Can you help me? And then I think he called.
Why did you need help? It's complicated.
Well, I just always have to ask my dad for help for everything that I do.
Can I ask him for help?
Yes, and I actually also offer that out. Like my friend Amy, who is having car problems, now my dad helps her.
From Illinois.
Yes. It's just a sort of a safety blanket for me and my friends. I extend it offer to all my friends. So yes, I'll give you my dad's number.
I need a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I need a miniature refrigerator. I need a smallish TV.
I
I
need
need
a TV
Wi-Fi,
too.
and I need, how much is cable in our building?
I don't know because I don't have a TV.
Did you know that there was 2 cars that were broken into last night?
I know. This is like our apartment podcast.
that's cool. So yeah, breaking into somebody's car. I mean, I've had it happen maybe 3 times. Every time, it's always the same thing where you sit down or you go up to your car and something doesn't feel right, and then
How
you
did they get in? They
They
broke
just
a window?
smashed my window and stole everything. But like I've had it happen, I think 3 times, maybe more. But every time, it's such the worst feeling having somebody in your stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
Yeah, when I got the note that 2 cars are broken into, I was thinking, please don't be mine. I can't deal with it right now.
Yeah.
I've got to do some stuff. I'm doing a podcast. I've been doing comedy. I can't have it happen. And
Yeah.
it wasn't. Thank God it was somebody else. Thank God.
I usually have so much crap in my car, but I just got my car deeply detailed due to a recent incident I had.
Oh, you puked in your car.
No.
You pooped in your
Somebody
car.
puked in your car.
No, I have.
Somebody pooped in your car.
Crabs.
I pooped in my car. No, there was a spider. The
What?
spider incident of 2012.
What happened? Like a big spider?
Last Saturday, I got into my automobile to drive to the Comedy Store for my 10:30 set, and as I was 2 blocks away, a spider lowered itself in front of my face.
I could have seen this.
It lowered in front, and I go, ah, ah! And I like swerved over and pulled into like the red zone. And I got in my car. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not. And I did not. I did not know this until that moment that I have a serious case of arachnophobia, and I would not get back into my car, and I had to get a cab from someone to
Are
come.
you serious?
Are
Yeah.
you serious,
Yes,
Esther?
I swear to you, I had to call everyone I
Wow.
know, and then finally one of the Comedy Store employees, I paid for him to take a cab to my car to drive my car to the Comedy Store, and I left it at the Comedy Store for like 2 days.
Did you call your father?
I did call my father. He was the first person I called, and he yelled at me.
He yelled at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like,
'cause it's
"There's-"
ridiculous.
He's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. Why are you calling me? I can't sleep.
What kind of spider? Was it a daddy long legs? Was it a black widow?
it was
Was
a
there fur on it?
It was a small spider.
Oh,
Small
Esther,
spider.
come on.
God, you
It-
wasted money.
I know, and I'm upset about it, but you know what? I would not get back in that car. Imagine you're just driving in your car, and I like my car, even though it's
You have a
old.
nice car?
It's a car
Illinois
that I like.
plates?
Yes, and just in front of your face, a spider. I've never felt more.
What was it going to
awful.
do to you?
I don't know. It's arachnophobia. It's an irrational
Was it going to
fear.
get you pregnant? Was it going to...
I don't know. That's the problem. Is the fear is irrational, so I can't explain it.
I mean, I don't like spiders, but if I had a spider hanging down from I'd like swipe at it. Swipe at the spider.
Yeah, I
And then I don't think I'd get my car detailed, even though I do. Where did you get it detailed?
I got detailed at a place in
Time Warner Cable?
Santa Monica Boulevard.
How much did that cost?
$65.
Did you tip the guy?
I did. I tipped him.
How much?
It was $65.
Are you fudging kidding me?
Good
Thank
one, Brian.
you. Nice save.
All right, this is weird because there's a lot of these car wash places here in Los Angeles. Where
Yeah.
I know,
Let's
like
talk
in
about
most
it.
places, like in Ohio, they don't have these. Where it's like these detail places, where because it's so nice outside, you do your car more often out here in Los Angeles. So there's this place by me that I believe it's $15 or $20. They they detail your car, they clean it off, they wash it, they sit there by hand and do it for $15 or $20.
Do they shampoo the seats though? The inside?
They shampooed your seats? They don't shampoo, they vacuum your seats.
No, see, this was a major, full-out, deep cleaning inner detail. Because if anyone has seen the inside of my car, it's not that good.
It looks like a hoarder's.
And I've recently had some drinks explode in it, so there's like, it's really bad. I deserved what I got in terms of the spider incident, but so yeah, I needed to just really spend whatever it would take.
Yeah, I need to get my car cleaned.
Me too.
Probably detailed.
Yeah.
You go to H&M, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, they do a good job
They do
there.
a great job. Esther, do you like cleaning?
No.
You hate cleaning.
Why are you asking me to clean something?
Well, I'm thinking like here's the thing. Like I had this maid recently, and I think she stole some shit.
Are you
Sylvia?
serious?
Yeah. And
Sylvia. Oh.
no, it wasn't Sylvia. How'd you know that though? Do you use her?
No.
Okay. So, anyways, I have this maid.
Go through your phone. I'm just kidding.
I have this maid that I used here and there. I've only had a maid 4 times in my life. And recently, I'm just like, you know what? I know that camera was sitting on my table. I don't know, unless she put it somewhere. I don't know. And so I already I feel weird about letting somebody in my house, and now I don't want to sit there and babysit them the whole time.
My mom's calling me. Should I answer it on the podcast?
Okay.
Sure. It's Esther's mom.
Hello?
On the podcast.
What?
Hi, Mom.
What you doing?
I'm doing a podcast.
All right, well, I won't keep you then.
Okay, I love you.
Love you, bye.
All right. So
What a great phone call.
yeah, that was amazing. Really went deep with that one. So I'm thinking now. There's so many people that I know that are comics that are homeless. They're couch surfing. They need money. You know, I almost feel like I just want every time I'm at the Comedy Store, I'm just like, here, have some money. Here, have some. Like I feel like Daddy Warbucks just because I feel bad. Like I feel guilty.
Yeah.
And so now I'm thinking like, you know what? I think comics should get together, like at least the girl comics that like cleaning,
I know someone that will do it.
and just fucking do it, because I would rather help somebody that I believe in instead of some chick that's going to steal shit and I don't even know them, you know?
Yeah.
My roommate is like my full-time maid, nanny, cleaner. She cleans everything, and she does a really good job.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? She'll come down and help me?
Yeah, she's really good.
Well, tell her I want to hire her.
I'll tell her. We'll talk about
What's her
it.
rate?
I don't know.
Well, I'll give her a lot because my house is very sad
I
right
mean,
now.
you know how I'm a slob, and my place, if you saw my apartment, it's so nice. It looks like a real woman lives there.
I'm in the worst condition of a house right now than I've ever been in my life.
What is it, dirty or is it cluttered?
It's cluttered, and it's well. When I moved the
can't be
studio, when
not
I moved the
dirty.
studio here, here's a good example. When I moved the studio out of that room to here,
Yeah.
it's just like just tons of shit, and I've been so busy I haven't had even a chance to build the stuff back up. Like I just got a desk the other day, so now it's like you walk in this room, desk, computer where I'm working, and behind me just boxes and crap, and then like my bedroom, I got to the point where like I'll do laundry and I'll just put it in a pile, but I'm so fucking busy I can't fold it and put it up, so the pile is just this huge pile that I step over to go to my bed, and I'm just like, what do I want to wear today? I'm like going through this huge pile like a fudging cat.
Why don't you send out your laundry to get it done?
Because I don't mind doing laundry at all. The thing I hate is folding it. I hate folding it.
But they'll fold
or
it for you, fluff and fold.
Fluff and fold.
Fluff and fold. I don't know. I'm just my house is so sad. Like
You've gotten too deep.
I've gotten too deep.
I know what that's like.
Can't even. I can't even do it. Like I wake up and I start doing it, and I'm like, this is going to take me forever. I give up, and I just want to cry.
My friend really might be able to help you. She's strict with me though.
Really?
Yeah, she's strict. When because I take my clothes off and then throw them on the floor, and she goes,
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Slower. Has she tried to kiss you?
No, she's scared that I'm a lesbian, though. I can tell.
How do
you
you guys have
do?
your private time?
We don't really need it. I'm codependent, so I don't need private time. When she leaves, I'm sad.
Have you had any awkward things happen? Like you came home and she's doing something, you're like, oh,
No.
I'll wait in the hallway.
No, there's no awkward. When two women are close enough friends, there's nothing awkward.
Oh, so you sit back next to each other while doing it.
Now you're being weird.
Where did you meet her?
Through comedy.
Oh, okay, through comedy.
Yeah.
So that's a good deal. You guys split the rent,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I pay more because she does a lot of stuff for me.
And she cleans the kitchen, the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does she wash you?
No, not yet. She gives me tips though.
Tits?
Tips. Bathing tips.
Oh, wow. Oh, like stand. I heard something from somebody today or a couple days ago about you that blew my mind.
Uh-oh.
That you actually do take showers and it's a big joke.
No, who would say that?
H plus inch, Cliff plus E.
Oh, that's funny that he would even say anything about me. No, I always take baths.
He says you take showers, and
That's
it was
weird.
just a big lie.
No, I did live with him, but I always took baths.
Why don't you do the showers?
I just don't. I don't know. I never have. Even when I'm in hotels, I take baths. I'll take a shower once every couple months.
But will you do a bath and then rinse off with the shower? Like,
No,
because
I don't
you're in the
even-
bath water. Where does the dirt go?
I don't know. There's so much more water than there is dirt. I feel like the water takes control.
No, it just kind of floats and then it sticks back to you, and you didn't do anything.
I disagree. I don't even wash my hair in a shower. I wash my hair in my bath water.
Oh my God, Brody.
I haven't taken a bath in my place. I just don't feel comfortable with it yet.
I've taken that I can remember like 5 baths in my life.
Yeah, I'll take a bath on the road in a nice hotel.
Right, like Vegas or
Yeah,
something like that.
Vegas or wherever I'm going. If it's because it is relaxing if you can get that going. But that was one
Yeah.
thing with my apartment. I never felt totally connected with it, but I need to make that connection for the next 6
you'll get
months.
there. Yeah.
And maybe I can use what's her name again? Brandy.
Amy.
Amy.
We'll come over.
Come over there and help me.
I knocked on your door yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Rick Glassman.
Yeah,
We
he
were
wanted-
working on something. We knocked on your door.
To go out to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I already ate by then. What were you guys doing? Having fun?
Yeah, I was showing him a video I made.
Yeah. What about cooking? You use the oven?
Yes, I do. I use the oven when I make some food. I make lunch. I cook for me and my friend that lives with me.
Yeah, I got to get back to that.
I don't believe that.
You
I
don't?
too.
What's your specialty?
Sweet potatoes and
Peanut butter and jelly.
brown rice.
Don't our apartments have the same layout?
Yeah, exactly the same.
So if you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. Yes. You've got this.
I got to get back to where I was.
Our
And-
apartments are nice. It's just getting in the groove of it.
yeah, and it's taken me a while.
Yeah.
I got to go back to baby steps. Everyone was talking like, Brody, you got to do kettlebells. Start doing this. I think I got to just go back to walking. Just get back. I got
Yeah.
away from just walking.
I'll take a walk with you. I don't walk. I don't get enough exercise either.
Yeah, walk down Hollywood Boulevard. I try to stay out of Hollywood Boulevard, like where all that. It's just seedy and just the tourists, and
Yeah.
it's not like New York.
No, not at all.
It doesn't have the same vibe, and it doesn't flow. It's not like you can't walk down Hollywood Boulevard in front of Mann's Chinese Theater. People are stopped. They're taking pictures. They're hanging out with the superheroes. You can't get a good flow.
Yeah, it's a headache.
So I got to find my walking route. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I can go back up to Runyon, but even that gets boring.
Yeah, I can't hike, so I can't go to running anymore.
Why?
I just am out of shape. I just can't hike. I need to walk before I can run, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's a walk. Runyon's a walk.
It's a hike, though.
You're walking uphill. I guess it's a hike.
It's too much for me. And I'm scared of bears.
Are there bears up there?
I don't know. My mom told me there could be a bear.
Bear where? Where is
Where
the bear?
bear? I
There's
don't
no
know.
bears in Runyon Canyon.
No, there's.
Are there
no.
lions?
I mean, there's hairy gay guys.
The closest thing that you'll have in Runyon Canyon would be a mountain lion,
Yeah, lions.
and it's just like a big ass cat. So if you see one of those things, just try to pet it.
It's play dead. I'll try to make out with it.
Yeah, try to kiss it. It'll run.
So what about the Comedy Store? You said you had a 10:30 spot. What was that like?
It was good. It was fun. Oh, I was very nervous because of the spider incident, and I was almost late, but it was good.
How was the How was the crowd there at 10:30?
Last week it was okay. The week before it was a lot better, but last week it was okay.
Was it crowded at
Yeah,
10:30?
it was a light to medium amount.
Yeah, I usually go on later. I'm like 11:30, 11:15. I had fun last night. I went on at 11:15. I did like 25 minutes. They
That's
let me go.
great.
They let me go longer. The mic was all jacked up. So
I heard about that.
So I just
The sound system in the OR is fudged right now.
Thank you. That's
you could
your
say fuck.
third.
You could say the F word. I don't care.
I saw you do a 45-minute set the other day. You killed it. That was cool. That was you in the main room, and you were going over notes for Conan.
Yeah, I'm doing a post taping at Conan tomorrow for my HBO project. And I'm going to do 8 minutes there at Conan, but it'll be, if it does air on Conan, they'll edit it down to 4 minutes. But basically, it's kind of like my comeback to stand-up comedy on TV. And it may air, it may not, but it's in conjunction with my HBO project, which is a stepping stone. And I feel good about that. We've been shooting a bunch of stuff. We've been all around town. I've been shooting stand-up. I've been talking about what I've been through. And I'll be honest, it's been hard. It's been hard, and I have good days and I have bad days. And I think there's just, everyone's got their own struggles. I'm not alone. Everyone's got their own issues.
Right.
Well, you're kicking ass on comedy.
Yeah, I know my
Yeah.
comedy's been good. Like, my stand-up is good. But it seems like away from stand-up is where I have my struggles.
Are you having highs and lows every day now? Like, are you having good days and bad days? Like, is today a bad day?
Today I feel a little weird.
You seem a little weird today.
Yeah.
You seem sad.
I didn't think so, but
Are you ticklish?
Yeah, I am ticklish.
Where at?
My stomach.
Come here for a second.
Well, I'm trying. I was. I started taking a different medication to pick me up. I was depressed. I kind of like bottomed out a little bit, which was normal. This is all normal. So the doctors will kind of like tweak your stuff just to get you going again. And I'm going through some side effects a little bit. And yeah, it's an adjustment. So my brain chemistry is all jacked up, to be honest with you.
Right.
And
You're not thinking like crazy things in your head, are you?
No. No. I'm hardest on myself. I'm not suicidal. Don't worry about that. I'm not
you
homicidal.
don't have a gun.
I don't have a gun.
You're just kind of sad. Kind of meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's normal. I feel like that every day. Like right now, I've been feeling like that for like the last week. I've been hanging out at the Comedy Store. I think I hung out with the Comedy Store 6 days in a row. Went to Norm's and ate at 4 a.m, 5 days in a row.
Oh no.
And I'm just like,
That's sad in
my
the
face is all
city.
broken out from eating Norm's.
Yeah.
I feel miserable. I feel horrible. It's
Yeah, I
gross.
think I need a schedule. Like I said, for 9 years, I was doing audience warm-up. I had a schedule. I'd work every week. I'd get a paycheck every week. I was in the middle of everything, and I would do comedy at night. That ended, and I've been focusing on stand-up, and my stand-up's been going good. It's been growing, and last year, I had that little episode, and it was because I know I stopped taking my meds. If I stayed on my meds, I think I wouldn't have had such a episode. So that episode threw me off. It put me, they put me in the hospital for a little bit, and then they changed my meds, and it's like, yeah, I have to adjust to it. And then it's all coming out of that hole. I had to move, and I'm dealing with this stuff, and now, but you're moving forward. You put one foot in front of the other.
You got to keep on remembering that you have a show in development for HBO
Not in development,
or
in production.
in production.
I mean, it could end up on the internet.
It doesn't matter. That's fucking fudging awesome. And then you're doing
Fudge.
Conan O'Brien. You know how cool that is. You know how
Conan
that is amazing.
But it may not air.
It doesn't
It's not
matter.
official.
It
It's
doesn't-
not official. It may not air.
None of us are going to be on
Positivity.
Conan.
This is the way I
Wow.
look at it. What I'm going to do tomorrow is kind of an audition for Conan. I can go on there and do well, and he's going to go, God, this guy's funny. I want to use him for something else. I look at it that way. I've been doing audience warm-up. I've been worked at Rob Dyrdek's Ridiculousness. That was fun. I'll be doing that most likely again in April. I'm doing the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. I'm doing Bridgetown in Portland,
That's
Moon
awesome.
Towers in Austin. So
Is it Rob's Fantasy Factory or Ridiculousness?
they're two different shows.
Oh, but it's the same guy.
Same guy.
Oh,
Yeah. So Ridiculousness
What's
is kind
that
of
one?
like it's kind of like a Daniel Tosh thing, where they show videos, internet web videos, and he makes fun of them. I mean, he's funny
yeah.
and he's likable, and he's got the whole skater jackass vibe, and
Right.
it's a cool show to work on. It's easy. So I did that, did warm up there, and some fun people kind of recommended me. I'm good at warm up. Mm-hmm. It's for me.
You're good at comedy, also, Brody. You need to stop saying
Thank
that.
you. Thank
You
you.
are. There's only a few people that every time I'm at the Comedy Store, I never watch any of the comics, unless it's Brody Stevens,
Yes,
Don Barris,
you got it.
and that's about it.
You watched me that one
Oh,
night.
I watch you all the time, but
Yeah.
but it's just kind of to check up on you.
That was a fun night. That night you saw me.
I mean, I'll say this. Yes, my comedy has been good. My comedy has been solid. So I do feel good about that. So I just got to kind of get my own personal life in order. And I think by doing comedy, making a couple extra bucks, not that money's going to solve things, but money,
That's what my dad says. Money. You can't throw money at your problems.
no, but it will help with some things.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm going through some chemistry issues.
You
And
need a nanny.
I need a nanny.
Yeah. I got my new nanny. She helps me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get a girlfriend one day, but that's not happening. You know,
Right.
I have a profile on OkCupid, so I need to check that. I'm willing to go on a date. I'll tell you what, like the Lexapro that I'm taking, it has picked up my spirits in terms of I feel like my libido's coming back. I'm not depressed.
So now you're only on Lexapro?
I'm on Lexapro and Depakote. Depakote is anti-mania, so like meaning like hopefully I won't flip out upward, spiral upward. That kind of like makes sure
Yeah.
you won't go that. And Lexapro is an antidepressant, kind of picks you up a little bit.
Right. I got a prescription for Lexapro, but I have not filled it.
I mean, it worked for me before. I was on it for 5-6 years, just Lexapro alone, and I felt like it worked. It does. Can make you sweat and it can make you break out. It can add a couple pounds. But I felt like it was working. But I wanted to get off it because it was working. That's the problem when you get on medication. A lot of people go, hey, I feel great. I don't need to take it anymore. I'm solved. My problems are solved. That means stay on it. It's working. And if you do want to get off it for whatever reason, you don't like the side effects, you should wean yourself off, but
Talk
only
to a doctor.
with the help of a doctor. I made that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I kind of like jumped. But I'm hardest on myself. I beat myself up, and I'm really trying to work
Do you
at
use
that.
a bat?
Yeah.
I mean, you're even wearing a shirt that says number 3, Dad.
That's
just
Are you okay?
That's just not even number 1. That's
Are
an
you
awesome shirt.
okay? I know. I love it. Number
is.
3,
That's
Dad.
sweet.
I have a sweatshirt that says like University of Illinois Dad that I wear. Like I'm a dad.
Did you go to University of Illinois?
Yeah, I did.
For how long?
2.5 years.
You didn't get your degree?
No.
What'd you study there?
I started as a ballet major, dance, and then I was focusing on business journalism.
Is that a fun college campus?
For regular people, yes. For me, no. I didn't like it.
Champaign-Urbana?
Champaign-Urbana, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Arizona State, Tempe, Arizona. I liked it.
Is that Sun Devils?
Yeah.
I've visited there once.
I mean, I was happy to get out of LA, and it's different out there. I like the desert. I like the openness. I like the peacefulness of the desert. I would just kind of get in my car and drive out to the outlying areas just to get away, and it feels like, wow, you're in the middle of like New Mexico, or it just felt good to get away. It was very relaxing for me.
I feel like I would like that now or maybe later in my life, but when I was like 18, that was the opposite of what I wanted, and then they like forced me into this like cornfield campus where all the kids had nothing to do, so they just drank and like had sex and did their homework.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to do any 3 of those things, so I was really a misfit there. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah, ASU, like Arizona, just I like the wide open skies. And then when I went up to Seattle, I wanted something completely opposite. Then I went to Seattle. It was just breathtaking, seeing the mountains and the Olympics and the Cascades, and seeing the snow and the water and the cool air. And then also just Seattle's a great town. People read up there. They're cultured. They get it. I started drinking coffee because the coffee culture wasn't happening in Phoenix at that point. And then I went to Seattle, and it was like, boom, I discovered caffeine. I discovered coffee. I discovered character, and it was great. And then I went to New York, and like New York,
I love New York.
went to New York, and it's like, I never looked back. New York and Seattle, there's no comparison.
I feel like you have to have like a level of maturity to appreciate things like mountains and pretty creeks and stuff like that. Like now I feel like that sounds nice, but when I was like 18 or 19, that would have made me not happy.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be into that at all.
Yeah, I would just go up. I would climb up at the top of the mountain. I mean, walk up Queen Anne Hill, and they have parks up there. And I would just like sit out and just look over the city and go and just soak in the fresh air. And it was a great time in my life because I wasn't playing baseball. I had played baseball for so many years in college and in high school and growing up in LA and being in Arizona. And it was just great to be up in Seattle. And that's where I started doing comedy. I just was totally cut myself away from the jock world. Other than working for CBS Sports as an intern up there, I kind of just cut my way out of that jock world. Jocks can be tough, man. You know, it's like it's not always great for comedy. I like the alternative comedy scene. It's it's a little more sensitive. It's a little more my speed. It's a little more understanding. I mean, I went to a party the other night, and it was definitely like a good vibe for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's better for me sometimes to be around people who understand that, you know what, we're a little sensitive. Because artists are sensitive. You know, I'm not that jock guy. Even though I'm good at baseball, I mean, I have a good arm and I'm strong, but I'm not totally Mr. Yes, I'm on, I get it, and this and that.
I didn't know you were an intern I was an intern too in college at a news station, CBS.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Really?
In the local one in Champaign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for half a semester because I got the internship, and then I decided to stop going on election day. I quit.
Did any reporters hit on you, little Esther?
No, I was like I was not the sexy intern at the very least. I was like the weird intern.
I mean, I loved doing the internship. I was already graduated from college. So when I went to Seattle, it's like I like sports and I like being around it. Why not look into this? So I saw there was an internship, and I signed up for a community college at Bellevue Community College just to take a 3-hour class. So I was officially in college. And I went there, and I would go to CBS there in Seattle, and then I would go down to the Mariner baseball games and get interviews from the players. I'd go on the field before the game and get interviews, and I would be there in the studio, and I'd help edit the footage. And I learned how the newscast was done. I learned how all that was done. But I figured out, it's like it wasn't necessarily for me. I knew that comedy was my way to go because the news stuff, it was just too straight-laced.
Yeah, I hated it. It was snowing, and I was taking a bus from where I lived on campus to this news station, and I had to it was nothing fun. I was just editing footage and that I didn't even know how to do it, and then I would have to write stories and check on gas price. It sucked. And then get on a bus and then walk home. It was just this.
You got to really want to do it.
Yeah, and I hated it. I didn't even like any of it. It was just all the bitch work, and it was just.
But that's how you learn if you want to do it.
Right.
And
it sucked.
I was there, and one of my other kids in the class with me, one of the other interns, was Steve Bunin, who is now the head guy at ESPN Sports. He's on ESPN News. He runs the department. He's on air too, and he does radio. But he was in we did our first stand-ups together. Our first hey everybody, this is Stephen Brody Stevens outside of the Seattle Kingdom, and he did his too, and he's gone on to do some big things. But I knew that comedy was my way to go.
Right. I didn't know it yet. I was still thinking that I had to stay in school, and not that you can't stay in school, but I was still thinking oh, this is what I have to do now. When I was still at the news station. And I remember the head woman, the anchor, she was really cunty to me. Excuse my word.
Who are you, Louis C.K.? He uses that word.
She was really mean and bitchy to me. And then she popped up on Twitter or something a year ago, and she had 1,000 followers, and I was haha. I don't know. I felt really
You're
proud.
beating her out. You're beating her out.
In Twitter followers, which means kind of nothing, but it was still a good moment for me. Cause she was mean. I'm I'm just the new girl. Don't be.
People are mean at times. When you get more experience, and when you're new in situations, that people aren't going to be nice to you at first, and you just have to kind of weather that storm. I know that. When I go into a new place, if I'm doing audience warm up, or if I'm doing a show, or if I'm doing something, even stand up, when you get on stage, they may
Yeah.
not, they're sniffing you out.
Well, when you're doing it for something you love, that's like now when people are mean or there's difficult situations in comedy, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, I take it. But when it was something like that where I just hated it all around, it just was not fun or
It just,
cool.
yeah, added to it. I remember I worked on a student film. This is before I moved up to Seattle. I was here. This was after college, and I went back to L.A. here, and I wanted to learn everything about the business. You know, I wanted to be a crew member. I wanted to take acting classes. I wanted to take comedy classes. I wanted to treat entertainment like I did baseball. Just go for it, learn everything I can. And I was working on this USC film. So we met at USC, and it was like, what am I doing here? Because I worked on another film, and it was okay, but I knew that I didn't want to do anymore. Then these guys called me and go, okay, I'll come down. And I worked. It was at USC, and it's like, I go, this is just not what I want to do. Then we broke for lunch, and I just left. I never came back. And then they invited me to the rap party still. I still went. But it was like, I knew that I had to pursue comedy. And going up to Seattle, just doing the cable access show, I just jumped into that. We would do cable access, and it's kind of like, that was like our pre-podcasting days. Tana,
Yeah.
my Samoan friend, and I, we would do the show. We'd get a half hour of live TV time in Seattle. He would be on my show, and I'd be on his show, so we'd get an hour of stage time. TV time. Joey Diaz was up there, and Josh Wolf, and it was a great experience, and that's where I kind of learned, like, I could perform live on TV with the camera, because you couldn't just sit there. You had to, like, bring it. Can't just, like, get
Right.
frozen. And we'd watch all these other shows, and they're just, like, boring, and I go, we could do better than that. And that's kind of where I found my voice, doing that cable access. Like, I proved to myself I can do it. But I felt it was also hurting my stand-up. People would like, oh, all you do is this cable access. You know, it's like, stand-up's a weird thing. It's a separate, podcasting is not stand-up. Stand-up is not podcasting. Warm-up is not podcasting. Stand-up is not warm-up.
Ballet is
There's
not
similar
podcasting.
muscles. They're muscles, but you got to, like, fine-tune them. And I feel like, stand-up, you got to get out there every night. That's why these comedians in New York are the best, is because they're doing, 4 to 5 sets a night. In L.A., you're lucky if you can get 2 sets.
I've seen, though, like, comics come from New York to the Comedy Store, and they're like, I'm from New York, I'm going to show you how to do it. And then they go up, and they're really bad.
See, there's our show.
Yeah, we talked about this once before, right?
Oh, yeah,
we showed
we
this
did.
actual video, but it's so weird seeing you back then.
You know what? In Seattle, this guy gets chicks. Brody's uncle.
That was Seattle, like 1995,
How do you even get a job like that? That's, like, so cool.
to play the violin on the streets of Seattle. Well, it wasn't a job. I mean, it was free market. You can go up and sign up. Anybody can do it.
Oh, my God.
Cable access in Seattle was a big deal. People watched it.
Wow.
Yeah, nowadays it's like, this is better than cable access, Ustream and stuff.
Right.
If I was thinking about that the other day, if I was born 10 years later, like if I was born in 1984, I would be a
Yeah.
millionaire.
Why?
Why?
Because I was making stupid YouTube videos when there wasn't a YouTube. I would just make them and then, like, show them to like my 5 friends, and they were really ridiculous and funny for the time. And I was really good at it. Me and my friends would make these silly videos nonstop. There was a YouTube page at that time, and I was doing that on YouTube. But I think I would be a millionaire. I think I would be one of those stupid kids that talk fast on YouTube, like, Fred.
How many people are making money on YouTube?
Probably a lot more than we think. I don't know.
Yeah, nowadays it's YouTube's got like this thing where, like, you get paid per hit. You can do that type stuff now,
Really?
and there's some people. Well, that's why there's all those, like, YouTube shows now that like a lot of comics are doing, where they do these web series, because they get paid for advertising and per hits and stuff like that. So
I know that Chris Hardwick's starting a channel or something. Somebody said they're starting a.
yeah, it was Chris Hardwick. I had something happen to me last night. I want to know your opinion, because I kind of felt bad about it when it happened, but now I'm like looking back, like, no, I was probably right. So I was at Del Taco, unfortunately, last night, continuing my awesome
Better
diet
than
this
Mel's
week.
for you.
Yeah, right. And
Never
so,
been there.
and Pasadena has this weird thing that it's more like, I notice it more here in Pasadena than I do at night. There's homeless people everywhere, And they're not like the scary homeless. They're like kind of like the nicer homeless. Like, but you go to a gas station and they're just sitting by each pump, going, "Hey, can I, wash your car for you?" And you're like, "No, no, please." But now it's like it's so bad that like I went to Del Taco. I'm waiting in line, have my window down, about to order, and this guy's just like, "Hey man, can you give me some money so I can eat?" And I'm like, I have no money. I'm using my card." And he's just like staring at me and goes, And then like so I'm ordering my food, like, I'll have a taco and stuff. And he's just like seriously like 2 feet away from me, just staring, like he wouldn't stop staring at me. And I'm just like, come on, man, this is kind of really uncomfortable. It's like 2 a.m. and you're like some crazy guy staring at me and he won't stop looking at me. So I'm like kind of freaking out a little actually. And so I pull around to the window and I go to the lady who had no teeth. And I'm like,
I know that lady.
You do?
She does a good job, though.
She does. And so I'm like, man, do you know that there's like this dude that's just like standing right next to where you ordered the food, and he's kind of freaking me out. It kind of freaked me out. And she goes, "He's right here." And I look over, and he's standing right next to her, like they were dating or something, and they're working together on this. Like I'm going to work my shift at Del Taco. You work the drive-through lane, and then we'll, like
they were friends.
They were friends.
That's
and so not only they seemed like they were working together, but I also got caught fucking ratting the guy out, not realizing that he was like he must have just like as soon as I pulled around, he must have just walked right in and was right next to her, and I was like, holy shit, that is the guy that.
Yeah, that happened to me. I was at I may have been a Del Taco, and I was going through the drive-through, and the guy didn't have a car. That's the big thing. Like
I've done a walkthrough before at Taco Bell.
No, but
no. He said he didn't have a car.
He didn't have
that
a
was
car.
His excuse.
Can you get me something? Here's a buck. And it's like I didn't even want to deal with it. I mean, I think even offered me money to get him something, and I said no. I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't like getting involved.
It's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Can't you go to a 7-Eleven?
I just like to be left alone in that situation. I think everyone does, though, actually. I'm a Taco Bell girl. I've never been to Del Taco. I don't know what maybe I've never had these problems with Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's a Del Taco thing. I used to bash on Del Taco a lot, but if you order the right stuff, it's pretty good.
I like the French fries.
It's all right. I like the big big fucking taco or whatever it's called, or the
macho combo.
Big ass taco.
I like the shredded cheese they've got.
Mm-hmm.
They got the good shredded cheddar cheese. You had Steak and Shakes back in Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Are those good?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Ours is open 24 hours, and so I only went in high school like late at night, and it was just like always a sketchy experience.
Steak and shit.
Like I only got like fries and a milkshake. It was okay. I mean, I would prefer like a Johnny Rockets over that though, for sure.
It's comparable to Johnny Rockets?
No, it's like less than Johnny Rockets.
I mean, there's nothing like In-N-Out. In-N-Out's good.
Yeah, In-N-Out's pretty good. I like Five Guys.
Oh, Five Guys is good.
Yeah, I like Five Guys. I like.
They're out here now.
Yeah, Five Guys is really good.
What do you like? I like they give you the peanuts ahead
I don't
of
eat
time.
the peanuts. My dad eats the peanuts, and he's a big fan. I'm a fan of just the cheeseburger with everything on it.
What's the idea with the Five Guys peanuts? Isn't that kind of like soften your appetite? Like, wouldn't that adjust your order?
Just like an atmosphere thing. They're confident. They know you'll order, so they throw it out there.
It is a confidence thing. Like, look, you eat these peanuts,
you're still going to
want our burgers.
And a generous amount of fries.
You're right. They're generous. They put them in those cups. They give you the paper bag.
Yeah.
You rip open the bag.
Yes, I'm a ripper as well. I rip the bag open and pour the ketchup in the bag.
What about Wendy's? You like Wendy's?
I'm okay with Wendy's. I like their fries.
The one in Hollywood's too shady.
It's very shady.
Anything in Hollywood's kind of like shady.
Yeah.
You live there then. You should move the fudge out of there.
Well, I might. I need to tough it out. I got Esther. I've got my new housekeeper and friends. I'm gonna get cable. I'm gonna get Wi-Fi. It's a nice apartment we have. It's like I like it. Even though the 2 cars got broken into.
Yeah.
I think I might know because Tony, the manager, said.
Him.
He goes, I think I might know who is doing it.
How would he know?
He has a feeling, he said. And I'll tell you what, when I came in last night around 2 o'clock, I heard a car alarm go off, like a horn, and I didn't see anybody in there. So I was startled a little bit. I said,
Yeah.
I even said to myself, whoop, there's another ghost following Brody. That's what they do. And
Yes.
so that kind of went through my head. And then I wake up this morning or in the afternoon or whenever I got up, and Tony says the cars got broken into. The other night, about 2 weeks ago, I was getting out of my car, and there's some shady people live in the building, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like some guys with the tattoos. They may be in a band. They may work at a strip club. They may work at a tattoo place. Who knows?
Right.
And the one guy said, hey, can you leave the front door cracked for my friend? Because he was walking through the back, him and another guy. They parked their car, and they walked in the back. They had their hands full, like with a mattress or something. And they said, can you leave the front door cracked? And me, being the nice guy, I go, sure, I'll do it, because I thought their friend was going to walk in. So then I think I did. I did leave it cracked. Nothing got broken into that night. And then Tony, the manager, said today how they got in was the front door was cracked.
Right.
So that's why he feels he may know who it is. He just has to kind of catch these guys, I guess, in the act or catch them with
He's good. Tony's good. We have a good apartment manager.
He's a good manager.
Yeah.
So I feel like
He's cute.
he is.
He's pretty cute.
I mean, I don't judge guys.
Yeah. He's cute.
You mean you would go out with them?
No, I don't like his personality. Isn't like what I swag for, whatever.
Is that how you got your discount on your rent?
I didn't get a discount on my rent, but thank you. No, he's a nice guy.
Do you like our neighbors?
He's religious.
He is religious?
Yeah.
What kind of religion?
I think like regular, whatever the regular one is.
Regular religion?
Christian? Christian.
I mean, our building's
spiritual Christian.
Our building's clean. Mm-hmm. They got that couch there. They've got I mean, I feel like the people that moved in have actually been pretty nice. But sometimes you'll walk down the hallway and like a girl will come and they won't even make eye contact with me. One girl did that the other day. But it was like that for me in my last apartment building. No, that people wouldn't like make eye contact with me.
I don't like to talk to people in the building. I remember that one time I came home and you were out there with a few people and I was like talking to you, but I didn't really want. I'm not like exclusive. I just was. They were like weird and I didn't.
Well, I knew them ahead of time.
Yeah, they were like trying to learn my name and it was like, whoa, this is too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, made me look bad. Thanks, Esther.
No.
No, I knew those guys ahead of time, and but I like it now that the hardwood floors, they have the intercom, and like I said, I think I need to, now that I got a couple dollars coming in, not a lot, but, and I'm podcasting more, and my comedy's getting better, and I'm doing audience warm-up, even though I can do more than that, and I've got some shows coming up. I feel like I can tough it out.
Yes.
Get situated, treat myself like a human being, get my meds adjusted, and knock this show out and feel better. And it's like, it's a process, and I feel like
becoming an adult is a process.
But I just want to get back to where I was a year or two ago. I mean, I felt good. My apartment was good. I had a roommate, Johnny Spanish, and he called me. We had a good conversation. Like,
I remember that podcast.
Yeah. That was when I was, out of control.
Right. You were out of control then. I was too, though.
But I allowed myself. I was playing a character. I allowed
Right.
myself to go there, and I got so much negative feedback that it kind of like, okay, you can't do that. It's not great for a podcast.
Right. We're different people now than we were then.
I'm so glad I got to date you during this time period too.
thank
That was
you.
so awesome to date you at a.
I wasn't that crazy then.
Yeah, you
Maybe I don't. I'm still not dateable. I mean, if that makes you feel better, I'm less crazy, but I'm very undateable. Still.
You're undateable?
I'm totally undateable.
Why do you say that?
I just am not ready to date.
And that's fine.
I'm undateable for sure. And now that I have my roommate, she's like, I literally call her my wife because like she plays the part of like a mom and I'm like the dad because she like makes everything nice. And then I like do the man chores. Like I take the trash out. I listen to her when she wants to tell me something and I pretend like I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
It's very like, she domesticated me.
I always take my trash out. I do that, but I need, when I was thinking about moving, I took out all my CDs and DVDs, things I don't kind of use much, and baseball cards, and I transferred them all to my sister's house. So I got a lot of that out, put it at my sister's house. And then I took some other stuff and I moved it to the place I was going to go to. I got to kind of bring it back. But I feel like, Yeah, I just got to get Rubbermaid boxes, stack them up, and maybe put a blanket over them or put like something over them. You know, you don't have Rubbermaid boxes all in your room, but if you can put something over it, make it look good,
There's
right?
lots of closet space.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The kitchen area.
But I think you and your lady friend can help me.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out. I'm saying,
Reach it out.
can you help Stephen Brody Stevens?
My lady friend. I am not. I just want to say to my parents, I'm not a lesbian.
I don't think you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think you are. Brian, how many people are watching the podcast right now?
What would you say?
I would say 112.
What would you say, S?
I'll say, Price is Right rules. I'll say 1.
410.
Oh, wow. And it's been positive feedback?
Yeah. A lot of people say I need to tickle you. So I'm thinking about it, but you're so far away. I have to run around
My
the whole
ears
entire
are
I'd say
where
don't.
I'm
I'd say don't
ticklish.
tickle me.
Why? What would happen if I tried to tickle you? Would you get mad?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I mean I just don't.
You
You
don't?
know, how could it work? I look so fat right now.
What if I tickle that little fat right there?
I accept tickles.
You accept tickles?
No.
Are you
well,
ticklish?
I like when I don't like it, but I'm ticklish when someone whispers in my ear. I can't take it.
All right, I'm gonna try that.
No, don't. I don't know why I said it.
That's like a vibration, right?
It's just like a weird. It's like I can't. I go like this, like oh.
So Esther, do you do any kind of therapy? Is that wrong to ask?
No, I not every week, but every couple weeks I see my therapist at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, I've been
Michelle.
doing that. It's been helpful.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that the Laugh Factory actually has a therapist on
They have two.
staff.
They have two therapists.
We both see them, right?
I see one
Don't do
there.
it.
I see one therapist, and she's been helpful for me. And it's just the reason why I go is like, you're supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it helpful, which it is, but it's something that's recommended. So I can't not do it. Where's Brian going?
Don't do it. That didn't work. And you said a dirty word.
You said a dirty word? What's going on here?
I want to be tickled, but
I felt that a little bit.
you got to be spontaneous about it.
That's very nice of you, Brian.
Thank you. Spirits are lifted. Tickle therapy.
Spirits are lifted
Tickle
here.
therapy podcast.com. That's the new.
It's so funny.
Buy that domain. So
I am so ticklish that I can't do like massages and stuff. I love massages, but 50% of the massage is me biting my lip, trying to not laugh. And then like I get pedicures or whatever. I've had a couple of them, but I have to stop and just leave.
Why?
Because it's just too ticklish
I
for
know
me.
what you mean. When my sister got married, they made me get pedicure thing, and I was like, I couldn't take it.
Yeah, it's like torture for me. Tickle torturing is real for me.
Yeah, it can make you pee your pants or faint even.
Yeah. Yeah, I've peed my pants. It's been a while.
I want to pee my. I've never peed my pants. That sounds so fun.
Are you
Ever?
serious?
No. Oh, well, when I was, I have a kid memory of it, but
You can pee your pants anytime you want to. You know that,
I
right?
guess that's true. But it's more fun if it happens on accident.
I guess so.
I peed my pants in the ocean,
Yeah.
One time I was taking a bath.
but who doesn't?
I was taking a bath with a guy I was dating, and I peed in the bathtub.
Oh. Gross.
Veronica was pissed off at me once, and she
Pissed off or pissed
No pun
on?
intended.
yeah, and she I have those little doggy pads that you put on on the ground so the dog makes pee on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I peed on that.
Pee pads. She peed on it.
I did that too.
Oh, she did?
On mine?
No, not on yours. On the one in my apartment.
Why? Why would?
I
Why?
pooped on a puppy pad
You pooped on a puppy pad? Why would you do
to
that?
make someone laugh.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What is wrong with girls, Brody?
You pooped on a pee pad?
Yeah, it was to make. It was when I was living with that guy I used to date.
Was it solid?
Yeah.
Did you know it was going to be solid?
Did he watch you do it, or did you just do
I
it?
don't want to talk about that anymore. I just did it to be funny. And yes, he watched.
He watched?
I was like, "Do you dare me to do it?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I did it. It was so funny.
Wow,
though.
you actually pooped in front of a man.
I always leave the door open when I go to the bathroom. I would poop on national television. I don't care. It's not
Oh, really?
a big deal.
Wow.
I think they did that on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
I've pooped on a paper towel. Because as a celebration, because I was having such non-solid bowel movements, and I knew I started having solid bowel movements, and I want to prove to my teammates on the baseball team. So there's like a couple guys in there. I go, watch this.
Oh no!
That's
were
what I
they
did.
were they playing with themselves when you did it?
No, it wasn't erotic or homoerotic. It was more like team bonding.
I could not poop in front of another person.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
I might try it. Maybe you guys are onto something.
It's hilarious.
Can you poop in a public restroom?
Yeah, I've actually grown to enjoy. Like I used to never ever poop in a public restroom, and then recently I started.
Have to go. You just
I
gotta
started
do it.
doing it more because I realized that they have people that clean those places like every day.
Yeah.
And my house, I haven't cleaned it in like 3 years, so I'm like, dude, it's cleaner than my house. I mean,
cleaner.
if there's
Oh,
no
that's a
pee
good
on the
point.
seat, and if there is, I'll just fucking wash it off. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And when you go on walks and you walk to Starbucks and you're caught at a Starbucks, sometimes you got to use the restroom. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're drinking coffee and you know, like, I can't make it home that half mile or a mile walk.
Starbucks needs to up their bathroom.
I think
I
they
don't
have a great bathroom.
I think that they really screwed up with the whole bathrooms because like
because
most
it's single?
Starbucks have one bathroom and there's always a line, and that's like the number one place that people have to poop. If you have to pick any place, it's a coffee shop that you have to poop at.
Well, it used to be the McDonald's was the best bathroom in town.
Really?
Yeah, don't ill McDonald's. They clean it. That's a big corporation.
Yeah, they have a checklist. See, that's another thing. A lot of these places, like Target, like they have a checklist. If you walk in, and usually you look to like the left or the right side of the door, there's a piece of paper, and there's like initials every hour where somebody has to come in and clean. So it's like that bathroom's getting cleaned every hour. That's like the cleanest bathroom in the world, at Target bathroom.
Interesting fact: I do not close the door when I use a public restroom.
Why?
I don't like touching it.
So you just poop with it open, so girls come in there. You just do that
Well,
because you
I
want
can't-
them to watch.
That's not true.
That is true.
It's untrue.
It is true.
But unless sometimes if someone walks in, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll close it. But I don't like touching the door, so I leave the door open. Unless like a situation arises where like a family walks in. I'm like, okay.
I think people are picking up on me not being myself.
Yeah, I immediately could tell. I mean, I saw you 2 days ago, and you were different. I mean, you were the same, but today you seem really different.
Am I different from 2 days ago?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's because I think I have that Conan thing on my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, people, let me tell you what. If you knew you had to go in front of a studio audience and do stand-up, and your mom is there, and you're taping a show for an HBO project, wouldn't that give you some anxiety?
I would freak out. I would not even be able to. I would be a wreck.
Yeah, I've got that. And then Friday I'm taping something for Nick Kroll's Comedy Central show. I also got to mail off my taxes. I also have to... Yeah, those are the things I got to do.
The taxes thing, I'm going to have to get an extension. I'm scared.
Oh, you're an idiot.
I'm going to owe a
What?
shitload of money this year.
I got money back.
Oh,
My
you've done
dad-
them already?
Yeah, my dad did them a few months ago.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah, so I
No,
understand.
it's easy. You just go to H&R Block.
Oh, I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How
They'll
much
do
does
it
it
for you
cost?
for free?
No, I think it's like a small amount of money, but it's worth it because then you get it done the right way.
Well, I had to make myself a business this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I have, I got sponsorship with Fleshlight. You
Yeah.
know, and they don't tax you. They just send you a check.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
And-
then you owe.
And yeah, I'm so scared. Like I think I might owe like a crazy amount of money.
No, don't be scared. Don't build it up like it's me and going to the dentist. Just chill out. You might have 4 cavities. Just pay the cavities, and then next year you'll be.
Well, I just
okay.
want to get an extension because I don't want to even think about it right now.
But can I tell you something? You don't have to think about it. You just take your shit to H&R Block and make them do it, and then you don't have to think about it, right?
Yeah. H&R Block's good?
Yeah, and you'll probably get money back because you're a performer, and I'm just assuming that you will. Because I had to join 2 unions last year, so I got money back.
I mean, people want me to bring this character back. Yes, Brody Stevens, I am positive. I get it, but I'm thinking about things. But we're here doing the show. I'm doing Conan tomorrow. I'm doing stand-up tonight. I did stand-up last night. When I'm stage, I'm getting laughs. When I'm stage, I'm getting laughs. I am also dealing with 2 car break-ins in our apartment
Yes,
complex.
I'm dealing with that too. I'm scared.
You know, we left. I was in a positive, happy mood, podcasting. Yes, you got it. And then I find out 2 cars get broken in.
Scary.
Thinking, could it be mine? That's why I bring my laptop in to my apartment where that could be broken into. Bottom line is, we're here. We've got Brian. We've got Esther. We've got Death Squad. We're at the Ice House. We're in Pasadena. Magic Johnson bought the Dodgers. Yes.
Magic Johnson's a smart man.
That's
He's-
the AIDS guy, right?
Yeah, the AIDS guy.
The AIDS guy,
He
yes.
has his own
Sorry.
AIDS clinics now. He's got Magic Johnson AIDS clinics. He owns TGI Fridays, a few of them here in Los Angeles, or at least one that I know of.
Had the Magic Johnson theaters.
Yeah, the Magic Johnson theaters. That guy is smart. Then you have these other guys that, I mean, what are they doing?
Well, he's rich.
Well,
Rich smart.
Rich smart. He's good with his money.
Right. He's not
I mean,
just,
like you look at Shaquille O'Neal's house, like on Cribs or whatever. He spends all his money on Superman shit. It seems like.
I mean, Magic, people just like being around him. He's got that smile. He's got that personality. He's a winner. And
He's worth it.
a good guy.
He's positive.
And he's always played on the Lakers. He wasn't like playing on other teams. He stayed on one team. I mean, he's had some mistakes. He did the Magic Johnson hour. People made fun of him on
what was that?
That talk show he had.
Oh.
Howard Stern would always make fun of him. I think Howard Stern went on the show, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm happy Magic bought it. I think the Dodger fans are happy. Baseball's good for Los Angeles. And, you know, it's like you got a baseball team. You could say, like, oh, I don't like baseball, but it provides jobs. These guys, these vendors there, and the people in the, you know, selling things. It's a win-win. It's a win-win if you got a good baseball team or a good sports
I worked at
team.
a stadium once.
You did?
I worked at the Northwestern Stadium for one of the games. I was an usher.
For only one game?
Yeah, well then it was like a fundraiser. It was like I was raising funds.
Oh, okay.
As working there for my kick line squad.
Kick line.
Kick line camp.
Why don't you just have somebody come to you to the taping tomorrow and just tickle you?
No, I think I'm going to be okay. I think once I get
Gonna be okay.
I think once they give me the mic and I go do my stuff and I do my jokes, I'm not doing any crazy new jokes. I'm going to do most of my classics, be in the moment, 8 minutes, and it will be edited down to 4 if it does air.
That's a solid 4.
And
You know,
the camera
one
crew?
of the jokes you said the other night, and I don't know, it was just the idea of it. I like the silly things, and you had this one joke. I don't know if I want to say it. Or
You can
not.
tell me what joke.
The spider joke.
Oh, I can't do that one.
Why? What is it?
That made me laugh so uncontrollably. Just the idea of imagining you doing that is.
What is it?
I don't want to give it away on the show here.
You have such a different energy though that Conan hasn't had on. Like all the comics, I feel like the same kind of energy. This like New York comic that's like kind of intellectual and kind of, you know,
Right.
you bring a totally different vibe. You just got to be yourself so hard that it's like you and you can just nail it.
I'm going to be myself. Be
Different.
positive. Dom Herrera last night said, Brody, it doesn't matter about your jokes. Just be yourself. Even if you mess up a joke, so what? Acknowledge it, you know? And because I did the Laugh Factory, you know, I did all right. And then he gave me that little talk. He says, you're funny. You're funny. It doesn't matter what you say. And then I went to the Comedy Store and I had that vibe going up there like, I am funny and it doesn't matter what I say. And I went up there and I did good. I did great. I did like 25 minutes.
Baby, you were born this way.
So you just got to believe it. You got to do it. You got to put your time in. And it feels good to have some jokes, of course. But more importantly, I think, is a personality.
I just got a text from an ex-girlfriend from a long time ago.
Yeah.
I never really talked to her, and she met you. She knew you like about 4 years ago.
Nice.
She says, watching your podcast, aw, Brody, he was the sweetest person ever. Glad he's okay now.
Oh, that's very
Look
nice.
At that.
Jessica.
You know, I'm still around.
Jessica.
I'm still around.
Jessica.
I'm still pushing forward. I mean, I can't, you know, it's like people are pulling for me. People are giving me gigs. I'll do the gigs and I'm going to keep doing it, keep growing. And yes, you know, it's work to do a show, to get up. Tomorrow I got to get up. They're going to send a limousine over for my mom and me.
That's awesome.
And we're going to go film that, and then I'm going to go do blocking at Conan, and then we're going to go shoot something in a thrift store. Then we come back, and I'm going to tape the Conan, and then we're going to shoot some more stuff after that. So that's tomorrow. And then Friday, I got to go do the Nick Kroll show. I'm going to do a character. I play a Met fan. I'm going to do a character on that. So it's like, Yeah, I'm working.
You got good, and you're working good shit.
Busy.
You know, like you're not doing like BS stuff. You're doing Comedy Central. You're doing
HBO.
Conan. You're doing all of it. I mean, that's good, positive stuff. that you're doing.
HBO's the top of the top.
Yeah.
That's the top. You get to do whatever
And they
you
like
want.
it. They're happy with it. That's the thing. Like HBO, the footage, Zach likes it. Everyone's happy with the footage. I've seen some of it, not all of it. And I'm just going to kind of like give in and let these guys do their thing. I'm not going to beat myself like, oh, what do I look like? Is it funny? Is it going to be weird?
I'd like to see Zach on this show sometime. I would really like to talk to how you guys met and like the whole
dynamic.
yeah, your friendship. I think that's one of the most interesting things about you that you have some really amazing friends. Did you meet Zach doing stand up at the Comedy Store, or is this?
No, he doesn't do the Comedy Store. We
He used
met,
to, though.
I think he might have done the Belly Room a few times.
No, I actually saw Zach do the Main Room show once, and he had when I first moved to Los Angeles, he did it, and he had like this board of like things.
The flip chart?
The flip chart, yeah.
Okay,
and he
yeah.
also played the piano, I think.
Yeah, plays the piano.
Yeah.
I met Zach. I met him in New York, but we really didn't hang out there. Pretty much here in L.A. doing shows. I'd see him. He'd see me. And then we went to do the Chicago Comedy Festival in 2000 or 2001, and we did some shows there, and that's where we started hanging out. We went to the Chicago Cubs game, and after that point, I started working audience warm-up at the Best Damn Sports Show, and I would work on that, and then after the show, I'd go hang out at Zach's place in Santa Monica, and we would write jokes and go out to eat, and started doing more shows. So basically, it was a friendship, and then he got his own talk show on VH1, and I did the audience warm-up on that, and then he would do sketches on Kimmel, and once in a while, he would include me in those. So, I mean, more than anything, he's a good friend, very supportive, and he was one guy that was there for me when all this stuff went down, so he's helped with that. So more than anything, Zach's a great guy, and I think super funny.
Super funny. One of my top fives.
I mean, you won't
Yeah,
find
he's so
anybody.
funny.
You won't find anybody who will go, Zach, this guy doesn't deserve it. You know what he's getting. He deserves it. I mean, I think everyone's happy for him. He deserves everything he's getting. He's funny.
I love it when he's on Tim and Eric. That's some of my favorite. Tim and Eric. You've worked with Tim and Eric before.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite comedy comes from those guys.
Oh my god!
I love
I had
everything
never
about
seen
them.
their show, and then I went to the premiere of Dr. Brule's second season.
Dr. Steve Brule, you big dummy.
Oh my god, it was so good. It's so funny, and like the characters they play within that show.
Oh, it's so great.
So
Zach
funny.
on Tim and Eric, where he was like some wilderness guy with a dead squirrel or something like
Yeah.
that. I remember that character.
Oh my
So
God, I'd love to
hilarious.
see that.
Yeah, Tim and Eric. That's what Zach would say. Like, Tim and Eric was the big, like, he would get the most response.
Yeah.
Tim and Eric, those guys are, the kids respond to them, and that's where you get the most traction.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing Tim and Eric stuff, that's like respect, comedy respect.
Yeah.
And, they're not, I'm not going to say they're not mainstream, but in terms of comedy,
Yeah.
those in the know.
They're pretty mainstream now, I'd say. I mean, they have a movie out. That was a funny movie.
Yeah,
Is it
you
in
saw
theaters?
it? You saw the movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
where'd you see it?
I downloaded it on iTunes before it came out.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, they did this thing where you could download it off iTunes for $10 before it came out in movie theaters.
I got to see
I
it
would do
still.
that.
It's fun. It's just ridiculous fun. John C. Reilly is one of my favorites, and he has a great character in that. And there's just so many really good cameos. Will Ferrell, I love all those guys. That's the group of people I love the most in comedy. Is just like the Funny or Die guys, I guess.
Yeah.
The Tim and Erics and that whole group of people. Amazing.
Quirky.
I mean, Will Ferrell's another guy. Great guy.
Yeah,
funny.
you've done a lot of stuff with Will, haven't you? Yeah, you just
hung out with him a little
yeah.
bit. But
What's he like to hang out with? Same guy?
Yeah. I mean, mellow, but funny. I saw the Super Bowl with him. We were in New Orleans. So I was at a party. He was there. And, yeah, he's funny. You could joke around with him, and but he's not like, he's not playing his character from Old School or anything like
Right.
that. But he's funny, and he's a nice guy, and not as big as you'd think. I thought he was like a big guy. And then you, like, touch him and go, I could push this guy around a little bit.
I recently did a podcast with Brian Callen and Jeremy Piven, and we went to his house to do it though. And on his mantle, he has like his Oscars or whatever the fuck they are,
Right.
and his photos. and one of the girls in the photo is like this like older young girl, maybe like 8 years old or something like that. And it's the girl from the Funny or Die video where it's the little kid, and she's comes out and she's that what's it called, the landlord?
Yeah.
Landlord.
That's his kid.
And that's Jeremy Piven's niece.
Oh.
And
I thought that was Will Ferrell's daughter, though.
it's
Yes, Adam McKay's daughter or Will Ferrell's
I think
daughter?
Adam McKay is married to Jeremy Piven's sister.
Oh, it
or
may be.
something like that.
Possibly.
But it's weird. It was weird. I was like, holy cow, that girl was so hilarious, and now she's like a real girl. It's really weird. And I guess she's just an actress. Like she's trying to be an actress and stuff. And what a start, though. I mean, what she was like 2,
Yeah.
3. That was one of the funniest videos I think
That's funny,
I've ever seen.
I mean, that video that kicked off Funny or Die. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that one video.
That's the big one.
Yeah, Pearl is her name.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sought
funny.
after role.
Well, I'm feeling good. I felt like we did a pretty good job for the fact that we haven't done a podcast together for a while.
It's been a while.
I got a lot on my mind. I'm not saying we were rock and roll comedy. I didn't, crush it, so to speak.
Well, this show, that's what I like about this show. This show's more of just like a sit-down talk. It's more like therapy for all of us. And chill out and hang out. And I think that we don't have to always be spinning plates and
Yeah.
pooping on pee pads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I took this thing. I came in here just talking because I do have some things on my mind, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to prepare like I wanted to prepare. And it was kind of like just come in here, talk with Brian, talk with Esther, catch up with the fans, just get it out there. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
Right.
People are getting to hear my voice. They're getting to hear my story. They're getting to understand what Esther and I go through on a daily basis, being neighbors, dealing with cars being broken into, dealing with our landlord who Esther is attracted to.
But only physically, and that's not enough for me. He's a religious guy, and that's sort of weird.
He's too
for me.
religious,
Yeah.
and
Hope he doesn't listen to our podcast. That would make it weird.
I mean, he might. I doubt it. He's a fan of me. He knows that I was in a couple movies. When I told him I was moving, he was kind of down, and then when I told him I was going to stay, he got all excited. So he's excited that I'm staying in the apartment. I'm gonna make it, just like Mary Tyler Moore. I'm gonna make it. I don't know what show that is.
We're gonna make
it after all. And I'm going to start walking. I'm going to get an LA Fitness membership to the gym.
Oh, I might do that.
I need to do that. I will do that. I'm adjusting to the meds. Give me some time. I've been through a lot. What I went through was literally 8 months ago, and it's still fresh. So you can't put too much pressure on Stephen Brody Stevens.
Right.
I'm doing a lot, so I can't always bring it. And yeah, my brain chemistry is fluctuating. That's just a fact. But don't worry about me doing anything crazy or weird.
You don't have a gun in your possession.
No.
Right.
I never did. I'm not violent.
And I'm on the up and ups with my new nanny roommate.
Yep.
Who's looking out for me.
Yep.
And my sets at the Comedy Store. And I'm thinking of taking a month in Chicago pretty soon.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I might do a month or 2 in Chicago over the summer. It's not official, but I'm looking into that.
I might do something like that. My friend is a coach with the Chicago Cubs, and I have an
Oh.
invitation to spend some time in Chicago as well.
Maybe we'll podcast from Chicago.
That would be great. Podcasting from Chicago, the Windy City, Shy Town in the summer. Grant Park, Lake Michigan. You got it. Wrigley Field, Comiskey Park, hanging out, talking
now it's
stuff.
U.S. Cellular.
U.S. Cellular. Good
Field.
call. You really know your sports, Esther. I am impressed
Thank
with your
you.
sports knowledge.
Thank
See, I can
you.
bring it. I can bring this energy. But I'll tell you what, I'm a little warm. It's a little hot. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about Conan. I'm thinking about my tapings.
Pressure.
I've got stuff. But you know what? When you're in the big leagues, when you're in Los Angeles, when you're in Hollywood, this is what you're dealing with. So I'm dealing with it. There you go. Positive energy. Yes. Enjoy it. You got it. Stephen Brody Stevens on Twitter doing my stuff. Here comes the music.
Brody is my friend on Twitter and little_Esther on Twitter. And I'm
Twitter.
Redban. Guys, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it.